Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Spyro fans of all ages. I'm going to do a little bit of a different video for you guys today. I don't really do much crafting or anything like that, but as you can see by the thumbnail, I'm going to make a Spyro dragon egg. And so recently when we were being teased and taunted before they officially announced the Spyro Reignited Trilogy, several big-name YouTubers and some companies got that Spyro egg that was sent along with a note that just said, you know, something's about to hatch. And so when I looked at it, I'm saying, okay, I know how I can make one of those. And so I set out to do just that. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how I made this egg, and hopefully you guys can recreate it for yourselves. So basically all you're going to need, and I got almost everything here on Amazon. I think it cost me less than 20 bucks, including shipping and everything that I bought. But I bought like a 5-inch styrofoam egg. I bought like I bought it like 1,000 thumbtacks. It was just a pack that was extremely inexpensive, and some metallic purple spray paint. And that was the majority of what I got. So anyway, those are your materials. I'm just going to kind of get into the creation here and kind of move through this. Not super formal. I've never really done many of these videos, so I apologize if the production value is not up to other how-to channels and so forth and so on. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into making our very own Spyro the Dragon egg. Okay, so as you can see here, one of the first things that I got is I took all my pin tacks and stuck them into a box so that I could spray paint them. And I just barely stuck them in there just so that it would hold them in place and I could go ahead and get the spray paint on. And didn't want to put them in too far so that I couldn't get them back out easily. But I'm going to just simply spray paint a thin coat over the top of all of these thumbtacks. And just try to get a nice even coat. Be careful if you put too much, it will start to pool. The paint will start to drip down at the bottom and create some puddles, so to speak, on the tacks. I did get some of that going on, but I was able to work around it. So anyhow, just finish spray painting these up and then we'll move on to the next step. Alright, so I've got the styrofoam egg here, and I've marked it where I think pretty much the center point at the bottom is on here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start taking some of the thumbtacks. Oops. Trying to do this juggling here. But anyway, I'm going to push in some thumbtacks like right at and around where the center part is. And just barely missing that spot in the middle. And then I'm going to push these in. Just barely. You can kind of see creating a spot in the bottom. Alright, so once I've got that, then I'm also going to put one in the very bottom over the top of those to kind of lock them in. If I can get it in the middle. There we go. And then from here, I'm going to start putting the thumbtacks in all the spaces around and just slowly build out and around the egg. So let's see, you know, kind of like right in that crevice, right about there. Just kind of just pushing those tacks in, and all the spots as I go around the egg. There's a few of the tacks or scales, should we say, that are scratched up already a little bit, and I'll probably have to put a coat over the egg when it's all said and done. But it's just a matter of slowly building the egg out and going from this point forward and building it up toward the top of the egg. So let me just do a little bit of this here, and then we might fast forward a little bit, but you can start to see what the results are starting to look like. There we go. What do you think so far? Looking pretty cool, huh? So we'll keep putting a few more of these in. Like I said, following, just kind of moving around, going around the circle, and you don't have to be 100% perfect with like following rows or lines or anything like that. There we go. Let's just keep following up like this. We'll keep doing that. Let's check in a few minutes and see how far I've gotten. All right. So far, this is what I've got. Starting to shape up, looks scaly enough for you. I just keep adding and making sure that the one that I put in next overlaps some of the ones from before, which also helps hold them in, and so forth. So you definitely want to see some overlap and so forth like that. But I've gotten about maybe 1/4 of the way of the egg, because the bottom's half's a little bit bigger. So about 1/4 of the way up, and it's taken quite a while. This is a tedious process. I'm gonna keep working at it, and I'll show you guys some progress here in a minute. All right, guys, here we go. This is the progress that I've made on the egg so far. Almost all the way done, and the reason I stopped here is because there's something a little different that I want to do or change about how I'm putting these scales on. But this is almost done. Now I got all the way up to about right here, and ran out of pins, ran out of tacks. Scales, should I say. That was over 600 scales that I put on from here down, and I had to literally make more. So altogether, I painted 800 tacks, and I've got this little bit left to go, and I've got this bowl, which probably contains less than 100 left. So in all, this thing will have used over 700 thumbtacks. So keep that in mind when you are ordering and painting. Don't underestimate the size of your egg. Now, if you're using a smaller egg, probably you can get away with less. But anyway, so here's the deal. This foam is very, it's not very dense. And so when the tacks go in, some of them very easily can fall back out, even though, there's other ones that are like holding them in. So all of them are barely held in, and then with other ones partially holding them in, but it's still very fragile. What I want to attempt to do, and I haven't tried this out yet, I'm going to try this out live here, but I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue on the tack prior to putting them in. So I'm going to try a couple like that. I've got my hot glue gun over here. It's already warmed up, and I'm going to try taking a tack, and I'm going to put a little hot glue on it, and then I'm going to try to put that, the tack in place and see how it goes. I'm not sure how well this is going to work, but let's see. So I'm going to put that on and push it in, and a little bit on my fingers and so forth. But I'm hoping that that will bite better into the styrofoam and hold on better. So anyway, that's what I'm going to keep doing, is I'm going to take the tack, and the reason I'm not going to try to put the glue directly on the foam is because I'm afraid the heat from the gun will melt the foam. So I'm going to put the glue just right here at the base of the tack and then stick them in. I'll try one more here, and then I'll finish the rest of them off camera. Just a little bit, not a ton. Trying to keep from burning myself as well. But I'll put that on and then spin this around and stick this in, and it looks like it's gonna, I'm actually feeling that it's holding on actually a lot better to the egg than some of the previous pieces were. So I'm thinking this is gonna work. Anyway, I'm gonna finish this up and we'll be back in just another minute. All right, we're down to the last few. Let's see. And there we go. We now have our completed Spyro the Dragon scaly purple egg. Got a few places here where the paint got scratched up and chipped up a little bit, but we can probably just take it outside and mist it down with our purple spray paint and fix all that. But other than that, guys, what do you think? It's beautiful. This top part is a lot more stable. I mean, just as I'm touching it, I can kind of feel this stuff moving, but it should be locked in because every single tack on here is held in by several others. So several of them would have to want to fall out all at once for this to fall apart. But the upper part, like from here on, is all glued in. It just would have taken literally 5 times longer to have made this if I were to have glued every tack in. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think about the Spyro Purple Scaly Dragon Egg. And do you plan on making one for yourself? There'll be a list of the supplies that I bought. It was actually fairly inexpensive. I think everything was under $20 to be able to make this. And that was including kind of overbuying the tacks and stuff like that. I bought like a mega pack, so to speak. But anyhow, this is it. Guys, thank you so much for joining in. Hopefully, if you like this video, leave a thumbs up. Leave some comments down below if you'd like me to make other how-to videos and other crafts and stuff like that that are Skylander or video game related. This is going to be more of a Spyro jumping outside of Skylander, so I'm looking forward to playing Spyro's Reignited Trilogy when it comes out on September 21st, I believe it is. So I'm looking forward to that. Maybe I'll get lucky and Activision will send me a pre-release copy that I can play for you guys here on the channel. Other than that, we're going to sign off. This has been Brylander with PortalPowerTV signing off. Take care, and God bless.